What's going on, fam? This is God Set Me Free. Just wanted to give you guys another installment of my YouTube series, and I'm titling this one, It's So Hard. Y'all remember Big Pun back in the day, if y'all rock with me, from New York? You know, he always had this song, It's So Hard. I don't know why that song just jumps out at me when we talk about Christianity, because right now in this day and age, like, it's so hard to be a Christian. Like, and here's why, is because the world doesn't want us to talk about Jesus. The only reason that we are Christian. Jesus. That name above all other names. There's no other way to heaven than Jesus, than proclaiming your love for Jesus. Keep saying that name over and over because I want to get something in your head. A lot of people are going to tell you that you can be spiritual and you can have a relationship with God and not use that name, when we have to be reminded in the scripture that there is no other name but Jesus. And because of that name, we have been saved and redeemed from our sin for our salvation. And I can't tell you how much it bothers me, because we will say that we're one nation under God, but we won't say Jesus' name. It's as if we're trying to be politically correct with everything that we do in order for people to still feel good about spirituality, but we won't press the one thing that they need in order to truly receive salvation in exchange for fitting in. When are we going to realize that Christianity was never about fitting in with the world? It was about being salt and light. It was about being the two things that the world hated most. I take us back to when Paul used to just go out and tell anyone in any city, in any country, that Jesus was the way. I've talked about this a lot publicly. You know, I recently came back from my honeymoon and I was standing on Areopagus Hill in Greece, and it was just a footnote to Christianity. It was the place where Paul once spoke early Christianity into Athens, into Greece. But it meant so much for me because that made it real. That made Christianity for me alive. Like, I knew that years ago Paul once stood on that rock, less than a mile away from where they're praising Athena. We need to be like that. Like, we need to remember that God called us out into the world not to just fit in, but to mold this world into what we know as a Christ follower, to have this biblical worldview and take that to the societies that we are currently finding ourselves in and letting them know, yo, Jesus is the way. I tell y'all right now, man, you know, being a Christ follower is just gonna have backlash. Like, there's no other way to say it. Like, we are supposed to have joyous lives while we're here on earth, but gotta remember, we ain't citizens of this earth, we're citizens of heaven. And if we're gonna remember that and proclaim that as we live our life, we need to understand that there's going to be some trials. And I don't mean trials personally. Like, I'll go through my own trials with my wife, I'll go through my own trials with my finances. I'm talking about trials in our Christianity. I'm talking about trials that are gonna put us in situations that we don't wanna be in, like where it causes us to question our faith. Like, are we gonna be Peter? Are we gonna put ourselves into situations where we might have to deny God? Come on. There gotta come a point where you take this so deep and you take this so seriously that it goes beyond just being happy and fitting in with this world. I promise y'all this, man. I'm gonna start being more consistent on this channel. Why? Because it's time that we looked at the holistic picture of Christianity, where we're also seeing the true hardships that we're gonna have to go through as Christ followers. Because in my heart, being a newbie to this Christian walk, all I see is a bunch of Christians that have really kind of just settled. They settle to be comfortable in their churches, comfortable in their connect groups, comfortable in their society, and we ain't going out and doing what we were called to do. So I'm gonna be doing that here. I'm gonna be doing that on this channel. I'm gonna be doing it in real life. Y'all come follow me. Click subscribe down low. This your boy God Set Me Free here. I'm back, y'all, and I'm ready to continue on in this journey with y'all as we get closer to God and we get further away from this world. Y'all check me out. God Set Me Free.